Is shorting Zillow stock really your best bet this year? You know, the real estate market is taking a huge dump. There's price cuts everywhere, and Zillow stock is getting hammered, guys. Hammered is an understatement. Look at this, okay? If we jump over to the chart, okay, so they're down from 36 to 34. That's kind of a big drop in general. That was basically on Friday, the last day that they traded. But look at this. Let's just jump to the last 1 year. No, let's just jump to 5 years. Look at this climb. In 2021, the stock was at $202. Well, guess what? At that moment, they started losing hand over fist. They started unloading so many houses. I think they sold like 7,000 houses that they had bought, single family houses. But anyways, since everybody started smelling recession fears and inflation fears, people basically thought that the housing market was going to start crashing. And look at what happened to the stock. I mean, it completely dumped. And you know what's interesting? That it has, you would have thought that we would have had bigger drops, when they raised the rates, right? But here's the big drop of the rate raise, with inflation, all the bad news that was coming out. Anyways, so right now the outlook looks pretty awful for Zillow. Why? I'm going to show you why. Look, if we jump over to Zillow.com and we basically, click to buy a house, whatever. And if you, on this right-hand part right here, if you scroll, well, here, let's just pick a house. I'm just going to pick any house, right? When you start scrolling down here, well, you could put your information, and basically this is a lead generator right here where an agent will go ahead and contact you. Now, remember, if the house sells, the agent makes money. And sometimes Zillow could be the selling agent, and they could provide you the buying agent. So they could double dip on that transaction. So if we scroll down, I'm going to show you another way where they make their money. They have personal guides. You could go in here and they could kind of walk you through things. Personalized ads. You see right here, guys? Basically, this is also how Zillow makes their money, with personal ads. And now real estate agents could advertise here. So what this means is basically that this company Zillow is selling ads. They're selling, connections. They're trying to connect people that are buying houses, selling houses with agents. And Zillow makes a cut of every single step of the process, right? There's a lot of people visiting Zillow. A lot of people like going to Zillow, not necessarily because they're buying a house right now, because they like looking at the market. They like looking at, what's happening in their area. And, our prices coming down, our prices staying up. So again, a lot of people just enjoy to see what's happening, in the housing market. So not necessarily that every single person is buying a house. Now, let me tell you that Zillow, they convert about 3% of their leads, right? So you have people coming in here, filling out all their information for the house, for the agent, whatever. Only 3% of those lead to an actual transaction. So if you understand that now we have a lot less buyers, we have, basically the housing market is taking a big dump, you could see why Zillow as a whole is going to generate less and less revenue. Now, if Zillow, I've been looking around. I'm going to get more information about this on the future videos. But basically, Zillow owns a lot of houses. They did unload a lot of houses, but they still own a lot of houses. And if the housing market crashes, those values of those homes that also go down will bring down the stock, because basically their assets are going down in price, and as the assets go down in price, the company becomes less valuable and the stock starts to plummet. Now we jump back into the stock and we look at the 5 year, right? And we see that it was coming down a $200 huge peak right here. Well, the whole market was crazy around this time, right? Every single stock, crypto was crazy, the stock market was on fire. But if we look at the average stock price before that, 2019, we are in line with those numbers. Now, the biggest question is that these guys are very, very, unfortunately, they're a little bit in a tough situation, because if we have low GDP growth, that's going to drag the stock market way down. And if this company is already at the levels of 2019 now, right, and they have a housing market that is crashing, we might have a stock market that is crashing. This stock, I'm not I'm not a financial analyst, but I'm definitely thinking you could probably pick it up for about $10, $8 to $10 in about 6 months. Now, if you think, now obviously housing always comes back, so you know the housing is gonna come back, but that is not the same as Zillow coming back, right? Because Zillow coming back, they could go out of business, right? If the stock gets low enough, guys, they could definitely go out of business. So I'm gonna monitor it real quick, and that's the gamble, right? Just a quick side note, quick story. Remember in '08 crash when the whole market crashed? I remember looking at Sirius Radio, and basically Sirius took one of the biggest dumps ever, okay, out of all those companies. They crashed like crazy, and basically why? Because the stock market crashed, the housing market crashed, nobody was out there buying cars. And what's it called? And Sirius makes a lot of money on new subscriptions, and they had a lot of debt at that time because they didn't anticipate the crash to be as big as it was. Anyways, the stock took a huge dump. You could have bought the stock for pennies, like something like 3, 4, 5 pennies at one time, and then it literally shot up to like $1. And now I don't know exactly here. Let me see what it is. Okay, so now it's at $6. So let me give you an idea. Okay, if you do max, right here in 2008, look, it was down at I'm not gonna zoom in, but basically like 10 cents. Imagine if you would have bought. That wasn't that long ago, okay? 2008 wasn't that long ago. So if you would have put all your investments into Sirius Radio thinking nothing was gonna happen, you right now at 617, guys, you would be literally like a millionaire, okay? So could that happen to Zillow? You know what? Maybe. If Zillow drops very, very low, it could definitely, guys, and you don't think they're going to go out of business, it could be a great buying opportunity. Start looking, guys. Start looking for stocks that you love. Start looking for properties that you love, because you might have incredible buying opportunities really, really soon. Now, I'm going to go ahead and finish this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I just want to say a huge, huge thank you. You guys are throwing some huge numbers. Look at my view counts. 2.2 thousand, 1.9 thousand, almost 2,000 here, 1.2, 1.2. Guys, you are killing it so much, and I want to say a huge, huge thank you. It means so much to me, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. You guys are leaving comments. You guys are liking my videos. It's awesome. Now, if you're new to my channel and you like what I have to say, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button and go ahead and like and leave a comment. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video.